Now you see, now we'll talk about question number 3. And today's topic will be on sexual harassment. Okay. So the question is saying the protection of women from the Sexual Harassment at Workplace Act has been a significant step towards ensuring workplace safety for women. Okay. However, so now you also understand how they are framing questions. This particular thing was a positive tone, but just by putting however, now they are trying to connect with the negative part of it. However, the challenges in its implementation remain a concern. So it means that though you have this act, but the challenges, the provisions have not been properly implemented. Now they are asking critically evaluate the provisions and challenges of the POSH Act. Also suggest reforms for its effective implementation. Now they are asking you 3 things. The first thing that they are asking you is the provisions of this particular act. Second thing that they are asking you is these acts have a provision. The second thing they are asking you is challenges, that even though it is trying to solve a problem, even though it is a significant steps towards making sure that women are able to participate, but still it is having a concern. So challenges is there. Third thing they are asking you, now you tell me what all reforms can be taken so that the provisions of this particular act can be implemented effectively. This is your third thing that you need to answer. Is this clear to you? Again, we'll follow the same IBC model. IBC model ke andar what we are going to do here is, the first we will write introduction, basic introduction, 15 to 20, 25 words, that's it. Then we'll put up this subheading as what? Isme they are asking you first is your provisions. So you can write the first subheading as provisions of this particular act. Second, you can write is challenges that is there with respect to this particular act. And the third thing that is there is with respect to the reforms, or it is like futuristic thing, what government can take. So they are asking you your thing. So now you can make this up that according to Niti Aayog, this can be done. So you can put these things also. Just make sure that it is contextual. That's it. You just need to address this 1, 2, and 3. Whenever you are talking about reforms and all, now if you have a good number of points, you can go and write like constitutional reforms. You can write legal reforms. You can write economic reforms. You can write social reforms. Is this clear to you? So accordingly, you can write, rather than writing point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you can subcategorize also. So this is how you can do this. And the best way to subcategorize it, you just need to remember the syllabus of UPSC Civil Services examination. Every subject can be a new dimension. Now you start, now here historical perspective will not work. Come to the paper, GS papers. GS paper 1 we have history, geography and society. So here geography will not come into picture. History will also is not relevant. I can use the societal part. Similarly, if I go by GS2, I can write constitutional perspective. I can talk about social justice society on same thing. Then can I write something related to international relations and all. So now here I can talk about the global agreements that can happen. If you remember the article that we had discussed with respect to the this reservation of women. So Smith, you had na Beijing, what was it? This Beijing's agreements and all. That was something IR related. Similarly, you come to GS paper 3, can you write something related to science and tech? Not relevant. Can you write something related to economics? You may write economic reforms. You can talk about financial credit system and all. Then you come to disaster, not required. Internal security, not relevant. You come to ethics, can you write something ethically? Yes, you can write it. What you can write? That the societal mindset has to change. The patriarchal system needs to be flexible enough to accommodate the current needs of the requirements. So something like this you can write. So all your GS papers, 4's ka jo subject hai, it can come as a subcategorization. Okay? Acha, this is the question. Now before we move on, what we need to understand is, what is sexual harassment? If you understand what is sexual harassment is it's actually a very broad word. And it is important when we talk about POSH Act, Prevention of Sexual Harassment, it is important for us to define what is sexual harassment first. Because without definition, how will you know what will come under sexual harassment and what will not come under sexual harassment? Now you started joking with a female friend. अभी तक मजाक चल रहा है, the joke is going on. Now after a point you went beyond the joke and gave a sexist remark. So this limitation needs to be defined that, okay, beyond this point going means inviting cases related to sexual harassment. So similarly with the touching, so you can have a hug, but then touching beyond going that and inappropriate touching, again there is a difference. So that the limit has to be set by these act, or the limit has to be set by the definition of sexual harassment. So if we go by the definition of it, it is saying sexual harassment is a type of sexual violence, the phrase we use to describe any sexual activity or act that happened without consent. That it means what? Without, even if the two couples decided to go for physical intercourse, perfectly fine, but then there has to be a consent. The moment the man will try to force on her, it will come under rape. Is this clear? So consent hona is important. Victims and survivors of sexual harassment are often told that they are being unreasonable or too sensitive, or that they can't take a joke. Someone passed a lewd comment, but वो बोलेगा मैं तो मजाक कर रहा था, तेरे से joke भी नहीं लिया जाता क्या? Or you're too much emotional to think on these lines and all. So this is how they are victimized. Next is, अब इसी का sub part is eve teasing. अब eve teasing, maybe you see how holistically they have tried to define eve teasing. It is referred to as an act of harassing women, playfully, maliciously, physically, psychologically, to make fun, irritate, provoke, annoy, embarrass, either through comments, remarks, gesture, joke, physical contact, taunt, vulgar gesture. Everything has been put here, so that you can't say कि अच्छा मैं तो आँख ही मार रहा था, that will not come under this. Are you getting my point? So this is how they actually have very comprehensively defined what is eve teasing. Okay, next यहाँ पे देखो, important is your reproductive rights. Now reproductive rights में what is there, and this is beyond, I mean this is the extreme form of sexual harassment where woman lost rights from her own body. Matlab, now reproductive right means, now you imagine that two individuals got married, and when these two individuals got married, one wanted to have kid, the woman do not wanted to have kid, but now the man will force her कि भाई we wanted, the family or the in-laws will start to force her in such a way that even if she is not in a mood to go for family planning, by force she will be forced to take up such things. It means that she do not have reproductive rights also. और ये तब होता है when women are very very weak. They do not have say also. मतलब, do you imagine that you do not have a control on your body also? You are so much of weak. That is why we always talk about what? We always talk about women empowerment. Because imagine that if the woman is educated, she will never face this injustice. She will decide, okay, let me decide when do I want or not, rather than who are you to decide that when we should have a baby. It means, what I'm trying to tell you is that if the woman is not empowered, the decision will not be mutual. It will be one-way decision. This is what is your reproductive rights. Next is conjugal rights. You understand one thing, fundamental rights, everyone, you have studied what is fundamental rights. So these are extension of fundamental rights only. These are extension of fundamental rights. So reproductive rights can also come under which article? Can you tell me? Under which article you can place these reproductive rights? Article 21. Similarly, conjugal rights. What do you mean by conjugal rights? From which fundamental right you got right to marriage? Article 21. Ab ye, if you are getting right to marriage from Article 21, so you also need to have conjugal rights. Conjugal rights mein simple thing is like that there are two individuals. Now if you are single, you can do anything to everything. You can do anything to everything. I'm just being harsh. If you want to sleep with a woman, you can do that. But imagine if you're married and then you want to practice your freedom, it is not allowed, because now your wife will stop or your husband will stop. So why? Because now you have these conjugal rights, and these conjugal rights, though it is a privilege, but again it is going to limit the activities of the individual choices. So the couple who are married agreed to share their life, which means that they have certain duties and responsibility towards each other. What kind of responsibility? Now if I'm married, so I don't have to take care of my parents, I also have to take care of her parents also. Now this wife has to take care of this parents also, then her parents also. So these responsibilities will increase. Then conjugal rights also means when the couple is married, they have certain matrimonial rights which should be performed. What is it? They can live together. In the Indian society, you go to the rural part and girl and boy stay without marriage. People will have a lot of curiosity. People will not see this from good eyes. People will start to comment, कैसे लोग हैं, कैसा culture है, ये लोग कैसे रह सकते हैं. They will even go to an extent whereby they will put a question on the character of the girl also, कि किस type की लड़की है, इसके माँ बाप कैसे होंगे. So, but when you are married, you have this right to stay together. Then you can also go for marital intercourse. Comfort to each other, obviously you are there for emotional and mental comfort. And the last is matrimonial obligation. Matrimonial obligation means now you have to fulfill the duties, you have to take the responsibilities, which you as a single, you did not had it. Is it okay? So this is what is there. Now coming to the article that is there. अब इसमें भी I just try to give you a little bit background of it, that from where this POSH Act is coming into picture. Basically, again यहाँ पे you will see अब यहाँ पे if you try to see, they have talked about sexual harassment. It means that something has happened. This particular woman has been facing what? Sexual harassment. Now if you imagine, if you girls are coming here and you have started facing sexual harassment on a regular basis, you will stop coming here. So if you stop coming, if you stop going to schools, if you stop going to jobs, it means that the participation of women in the workforce is decreasing. So government has to make sure that the participation of boys and girls are same. Gender sensitive governance, which we had discussed yesterday. Okay, gender inequality has to be maintained, and for that, at the political level, political participation of women becomes important, because political participation of women becomes important means that now women will be represented at the policy making also, and if she is going to make the policy, it will be inclusive, plus it is going to take care of all the issues that the woman is facing in this country. Is it clear? You try to link the first article that we had discussed and this also. So whenever you are going to talk about the reforms which we have discussed, you can also write as in a legal or in a, let's say, constitutional, that the reservation of women should have a constitutional backing. So this is how you interrelate things. Don't write this answer in an isolation. You try to go back to the previous articles that we have discussed, try to come out with something, and then you try to put it up. Okay, now you see, what is the status of sexual harassment and workplace in India? What is the current status? Ab current status mein either the male will pass vulgar comments or they will outrightly demand for sexual favors. Then you will see the Ministry of Women and Development. Now what they have done is, in the year 2015 to 2017, 1631 cases have been filed under sexual harassment of women at workplace. Unless and until you are bringing an act, you won't be able to regulate it. You imagine the impact of it. Now you boys and girls both are in the class. Boys started passing lewd comments. And imagine that there is no act. Now even if you go to the police station, police may be helpless. But imagine there is an act under which it has defined what is sexual harassment, what is eve-teasing. Now when you will go and file a case under POSH, usme you will have a lot of penalties and lot of punishment. Accordingly, that individual will be punished. Next, if you see, if you see the state, this is Uttar Pradesh is doing very good in it. Means the number of cases you will see is very high in Uttar Pradesh, and then you will have Delhi. And that is also one of the reasons that not all families are very much open to sending their kids to Delhi. They always have this risk. Even if they are sending it, they will look some relatives here and there that in case, I mean, if there is any local individual who can take care of that individual. So ये तो तुम लोगों ने भी face करा होगा. Anyway, now what is POSH Act and what are the important provisions? So ये हमारा question का subheading था. So we need to understand it. What was the background of inaction? In 1997, Supreme Court started talking about Vishakha guidelines. अब सुप्रीम कोर्ट व्हेन स्टार्टेड अबाउट विशाखा गाइडलाइंस, तो ये जो गाइडलाइंस थी इसको एनफोर्स करने के लिए, टू एनफोर्स इट लीगली, पॉश एक्ट वाज लेजिस्लेटेड बाय द पार्लियामेंट, जिसमें हम किसके बारे में बात करेंगे कि वी विल ट्राई टू टॉक अबाउट प्रिवेंशन, कि ऐसा ना हो. देन अगर हो गया तो विल ट्राई टू अवेयर पीपल टू प्रोहिबिट इट, एंड देन इन केस देयर इज अ विक्टिम, ही कैन गेट redressal also. So by penalizing or punishment, so basically on one hand we do not want it to happen, it on the other end if it happens we wanted to redress it also through punishment and penalties. अब important इसमें important provisions क्या क्या है? The first thing as I had told you, important is definition. अब यहाँ पर भी देखो the same definition: physical contact and advances, a demand or request for sexual favors, making sexually colored remarks, showing pornography, any other unwelcome physical, verbal, non-verbal conduct of sexual nature. अब ये जो line है ना, this particular line can be interpreted multiple times. You can, or the authority can interpret it in a multi-dimensional way. तुम ये नहीं बोल सकते मैंने तो सिर्फ यही कहा था, मैंने तो सिर्फ जोक ही मारा था, because that will also come under here. वर्बल और नॉन, तुम बोलोगे मैंने तो सिर्फ एक्शन ही किया था, तुम्हें कैसे पता कि आई वाज डूइंग दिस? तो दैट मतलब वट एवर एक्शन यू विल डू, इट कैन कम अंडर दिस फिफ्थ प्रोविजन. नेक्स्ट इफ यू सी, इसमें हमने क्या करा कि वन इज वी डिफाइंड इट, द सेकेंड प्रोविजन इज लीगल ऑब्लिगेशन ऑन द एम्प्लॉयर. Legal obligation on the employer. If ALS is hiring female faculties, and if you have 50-60 members over here, they have to have an internal complaints committee. Internal complaints committee में what is it? This internal complaints committee, they will have the power of a civil court. What does it mean? Now you imagine that you have a lot of female working staff over here. We have like 60-70 members working over here. Now there is an internal complaints committee. अब इंटरनल कंप्लेंट्स कमिटी को जो रिकॉग्निशन मिला है दैट हैज बीन गिवन थ्रू दिस एक्ट. अब ऑफिस वाला बोलेगा कि भाई तू कौन होता है मुझे ये बोलने वाला? तो इंटरनल कंप्लेंट्स कमिटी गॉट अ पावर ऑफ अ सिविल कोर्ट. इट मींस दैट द कमिटी दैट दिस ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस इज गोइंग टू मेक, इट विल हैव अ लीगल बैकिंग. कहां से आया? पार्लियामेंट ने दिया. गेटिंग माई पॉइंट? सो हर बार गवर्नमेंट नहीं बोलेगी ये करो वो करो. गवर्नमेंट हैज एक्चुअली एक्सटेंडेड इट्स रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी टू हुम? टू द एम्प्लॉयर. कि भाई तुम्हारे वहां पे अगर तुम वुमेन हायर कर रहे हो तो यू नीड टू टेक केयर ऑफ दीज थिंग्स ऑल्सो. एनीवे, नेक्स्ट यहां पे देखो, नेक्स्ट इज ड्यूटीज ऑफ एम्प्लॉयर्स. तो it means what? It means that it becomes important for Jojo sir and Mani sir to make sure that the environment is safe and secure. Only then women will able to come and participate, otherwise they will sit at home. अच्छा, कंप्लेंट मैकेनिज्म में बेसिकली इन दिस पॉश एक्ट में किस तरीके से प्रोसीजर, व्हाट इज द प्रोसीजर, व्हाट आर द पेनल्टीज, व्हाट कैन बी डन, एवरीथिंग इज बीन रिटन देयर इन द एक्ट इटसेल्फ. सिग्निफिकेंस क्या है? इट इज गोइंग टू इंश्योर इमोशनल वेलबींग ऑफ अ वुमन, बिकॉज व्हेन शी इज कमिंग आउट ऑफ द हाउस टू वर्क, तो शी शुड नॉट गेट अनसिक्योर्ड. उसको एक सेफ एनवायरमेंट मिलना चाहिए वेयर शी विल बी गिवन एन एनवायरमेंट टू ग्रो, टू लर्न, to develop herself fully. Second is improved physical health. अब यहां पे क्या होगा? अगर ऐसा कोई केस हुआ सेक्सुअल हैरासमेंट का, वो रोएगी. She will stop coming. She will start to overthink also, which will contribute to mental health problem. उसको डिप्रेशन की प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है. Next is ensure protection against women against financial hardships. अब यहां पे देखो, you see this statement: sexual harassment frequently leads to financial hardship and challenges. Can you tell me how? How sexual harassment frequently leads to financial hardship and challenges? Okay. Yes. जॉब करना छोड़ देगी. And अब for example, अब you understand, you just a hypothetical thing that you are working in an organization जहां पे women got harassed. Now, if she go out and complain, she will lose her job. So in fear of this, she will keep her mouth shut and she will suffer internally, mentally, physically. Ab this becomes your ethics में case studies also. Now you as an employee, अब तुम वहां पे देख रहे थे ये सारी चीजें, तुम क्या करोगे? तो एथिक्स में तो यू विल राइट मैं ये करूंगा वो करूंगा, बट इन रियलिटी यू विल एंड अप डूइंग नथिंग. ओके. अच्छा, इंश्योर्स तो ये है ड्यू टू लॉस ऑफ जॉब. Second is lewd behavior and threatening. Now imagine that even if she do not wanted to work in this organization, she is forced to do it. Why? Family condition ऐसी है कि उसको काम करने आना ही पड़ेगा. Family condition is weak and she is dire need of money, that even if she don't want to come, she has to come to work. That is the situation. अच्छा, next यहाँ पे देखो, protection against economic losses क्या होगा? Low productivity, low employee turnover, high legal cost. अब कंपनी के लिए नुकसान है कि नहीं है? Because now if she is from a very good background, she will go and file a case कि भाई लगे पैसा, मेरे को justice मिलना चाहिए. It is increase the cost also. Plus उस टाइप के organizations में employee will also not come. Ultimately the productivity, the image will go down. तो ये कुछ provisions थे. ठीक है. Next में देखो challenges. क्या क्या challenges हैं? Challenges क्यों हैं? Because provisions हमने बना दिया, but you have a lot of gaps and lot of uncertainties over there. कोई भी act होगा, any act, if they talk about the challenges part, the first thing that you can write is non-compliance. The provisions that is there in the act, it is not being followed by a lot of people. So compliance becomes an issue. So it is not that you make a law and people will follow it. ऐसा तो नहीं होगा. For example, तुम traffic lights देख लो. Traffic light सबको पता है follow करना चाहिए. पर जब तक फाइन नहीं पड़ेगा, people will not understand. दिल्ली में तो इनफैक्ट ट्रैफिक तो मानते भी नहीं है. ओके. Similarly, अब यहाँ पे देखो, only 16 out of 30 national sports federation has constituted internal complaints committee. अब before putting this into an act, it is important for the government to understand कि भाई ये जो हम organizations के लिए बना रहे हैं, पहले अपने organizations में बना ले. पहले हमारे जो भी जो गवर्नमेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस हैं, हम वहां पे पहले इस टाइप की चीजों को बना ले. नेक्स्ट इज इम्प्रॉपर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. अब यहाँ पे आईसीसी में क्या है कि आईसीसी का कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन इट इज विद द जोजो सर एंड मनीष सर. नाउ ही इज गोइंग टू, नाउ दे बोथ आर गोइंग टू डिसाइड हु ऑल पीपल विल बी इन इंटरनल कंप्लेंट्स कमिटी. नाउ यू इमेजिन दैट नाउ दे मे पुट अप पीपल हु डू नॉट हैव एनी टेक्निकल एक्सपर्टीज. इंक्वायरी कैसे करनी है, एविडेंसेस कैसे गैदर करना, दे डोंट नो एनीथिंग अबाउट इट. So again, it is not very functional. It is not going to give, or it will not be very much effective in nature. Next is lack of gender neutrality, sexual harassment faced by men. अब अभी तक हमारा discussion was more inclined towards women. कल को अगर लड़का is being harassed, क्या do we have such provisions? The answer is no. So it means that the sexual harassment में we are just considering one gender. We are not saying any gender neutrality. Second is exclusion of certain categories of women. This is interesting. It means that this particular act, those women who are working in the agricultural worker as an agricultural worker, and those who are working in the military, armed forces, they do not enjoy this. They do not enjoy right under this act. तो हम suggestions में क्या डालेंगे? हम suggestions में डालेंगे कि armed forces plus the agricultural workers, they should also be covered under this particular act. ये हो गया. अच्छा, what are the other women initiatives? अब देखो यहाँ पे तो since it was an article, सारी चीजें लिख दी. But you understand one thing, if you write all these things, you may not recall. तो मैं दिमाग में उतना ही दूंगा which I can reproduce in the paper. इज दिस आइडिया क्लियर टू यू? उतना ही याद करूंगा जितना मेरे से याद हो सकता है. अब यहां पे उज्ज्वला स्कीम की अगर मैं बात करूं, उज्ज्वला स्कीम किस बारे में बात करेगा? रेस्क्यू, रिहैबिलिटेशन, री इंटीग्रेशन, ट्रैफिकिंग, रेगुलेशंस के बारे में. इट्स अ वेरी ब्रॉड स्कीम. देन यू हैव स्वधर गृह. It aims to rehabilitate women in difficult circumstances. Now, in this, you may have shelter, food, clothing, counseling, training, clinical, legal aid. Everything will be given under this Swadhar Griha. अब इसमें एक बार देख लेना, नारी शक्ति पुरस्कार. So now they may ask you to participate in some decision making roles. What is the way forward? अब यहां पे दिमाग में बैठा लेना है क्या, अब ये जो कमिटी है, what should be the way forward? Justice J.S. Verma Committee. जहां पर भी यू आर गोइंग टू राइट अबाउट सेक्सुअल हैरासमेंट, जहां पर भी यू आर गोइंग टू राइट अबाउट सेक्सुअल हैरासमेंट, कीप दिस कमिटी इन माइंड. जस्ट द नेम ऑफ द कमिटी, देन यू कैन राइट जनरल पॉइंट्स. अब यहां पे क्या है? वाइडर डेफिनेशन ऑफ रेप. वाइडर डेफिनेशन ऑफ रेप मीन्स व्हाट? अब फॉर एग्जांपल, नाउ यू सी हाउ कॉम्प्लेक्स दिस बिकम्स. व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट रेप, few years back, Sunny Leone on Twitter, she made this bold statement that rape is a surprise sex. बिकॉज ऑफ दैट लॉट ऑफ पीपल, बहुत सारे लोग इंटरनेट पे जो है उसको हैरस करने लग गए. फाइनली शी डिलीटेड दिस ट्वीट ऑल्सो, बट शी मेड दिस ट्वीट. अब यू इमेजिन, हमने कहा रेप, एंड आई जस्ट टोल्ड यू कि देर इज रेप में देर इज नो कंसेंट. रेप में देर इज नो कंसेंट, इट इज फोर्स्ड. नाउ यू अंडरस्टैंड, हम रेप बोलेंगे किसको, मीन्स कहां से डेफिनेशन स्टार्ट होगा. नाउ यू अंडरस्टैंड मेल पीनस एंड फीमेल वेजाइना. अब क्या इज इट जस्ट गोइंग टू टच, क्या हम उस वहां पे जाके, आई मीन इफ बोथ आर एट अ टचिंग पॉइंट, क्या हम उसको रेप बोलेंगे, क्या हम इसको रेप बोलेंगे, क्या हम इसको रेप बोलेंगे, और इफ इट गोज इनसाइड इट हम उसको रेप बोलेंगे? दैट इज द टेक्निकलिटी दैट नीड्स टू बी क्लैरिफाइड. देन यू हैव रेप, तो हो गया, रेप हो गया. देयर इज अनदर वर्ड दैट हैज कम इनटू पिक्चर जिसको बोलते हैं मैरिटल रेप. यू नो व्हाट इज मैरिटल रेप? व्हाट इज मैरिटल रेप? Imagine rape by husband. On one hand, conjugal rights के तहत you can physically intercourse, but marital rape has also come into picture. Why? Because when there is a physical intercourse, it means it is mutual, and when it is marital rape, it means consent is not there. Again, the husband is trying to force on her wife, so that will take up the root of marital rape. तो चीजें यहां पे कॉम्प्लेक्स हो जाती हैं. नेक्स्ट यहां पे देखोगे, दैट इज व्हाई दे ट्राई टू डिफाइन द डेफिनेशन ऑफ द रेप, दैट एनी नॉन कंसेंशुअल पेनिट्रेशन ऑफ सेक्सुअल नेचर. अगर कंसेंट नहीं है, इवन इफ इट गेट्स पेनिट्रेटेड, तो दैट विल ऑल्सो कम अंडर द. क्लियर हो गया? नेक्स्ट यहां पे देखो, इसमें ये बोला गया कि रिप्लेसमेंट ऑफ आईसीसी विद द ट्राइब्यूनल, बिकॉज वी अंडरस्टैंड आईसीसी में इंटरनल कंप्लेंट्स कमेटी के अंदर पीपल मे नॉट हैव अ लीगल लैंग्वेज, बट ट्राइब्यूनल के पास तो होगा लीगल लैंग्वेज, सो दे कैन डील विथ इट इन अ वेरी गुड मैनर. ट्राइब्यूनल कैन प्रोवाइड जस्टिस which ICC cannot provide justice, because here you do not have technical people, you do not have judicial people. Next is inclusion of included women. कौन सी? Armed forces, agriculture. Because now if they have a problem, where they will go and complain? And next is punishment. Punishment is what? Punishment dena is important. Punishment dena becomes important so that other will also follow the same rules and regulations that the government is making. Next they are asking, and this becomes little bit a different point, gender equity company index. Gender equity हर जैसे तुम्हारी स्टॉक मार्केट में you have a lot of कितना टैक्स भरा, कितना प्रॉफिट भरा, तो इसमें you also can have one of the indexes which is going to tell you that do you have gender sensitive norms. क्या एटमॉस्फेयर यहाँ पे जेंडर सेंसिटिव है कि नहीं है? नेक्स्ट यहाँ पे देखोगे रेजिंग अवेयरनेस. यहां पे दो पॉइंट्स मुझे बहुत अच्छे लगे. द फर्स्ट थिंग हियर इज जेंडर सेंसिटिव चाइल्ड रियरिंग प्रैक्टिस. नाउ फ्रॉम द चाइल्ड इटसेल्फ, पेरेंट्स शुड नॉट एक्चुअली टेल देम कि भाई खाना बनाना इज द वर्क ऑफ अ वुमेन. इट शुड बी पुट फॉरवर्ड एज इट इज अ लाइफ स्किल. तो the gender sensitive roles हैं which people get from the very beginning, that has to be dealt by the government as well as the parents. Parents has to be aware. Government क्या करेगी? Government gender equity syllabus जो है वो schools में लेकर आएगी, so that the students will learn what actually means gender sensitive. Is this clear to you? तो इसको तुम लोगों ने कल वाला आंसर लिखा था? ओके, ठीक है. एंड यू हैव गॉट द फर्स्ट आंसर? नो, ठीक है, आज शायद मिल जाएगा. तो इसको आई विल शेयर इट, मैम विल शेयर इट टू यू. तो इसको एक बार पढ़ लेना एंड यू राइट दिस आंसर. Is it okay? Also try to include the points from the other two articles also. At the end of the day, we are going to build content and we have to use this content. जैसे तैसे करके you try to put this, that how I am doing it. तो बेसिकली अगर तुम इसको इस तरीके से देखो, इसीलिए मैंने तुम्हें बताया you need to prepare the structure first. एक बार आंसर का स्ट्रक्चर प्रिपेयर कर लोगे एंड आफ्टर प्रिपेयरिंग स्ट्रक्चर यू कैन राइट, अच्छा आई कैन राइट दिस ऑल्सो, दिस ऑल्सो, दिस ऑल्सो. अभी करेंटली डोंट जस्ट स्टार्ट राइटिंग आंसर्स, पहले स्ट्रक्चर बनाओ, देन कीपिंग द स्ट्रक्चर इन माइंड देन यू स्टार्ट राइटिंग. एंड initially it will be little bit of resistance will be there, but trust me, after 7 to 10 days structure making will be very easy for you. 30 days में you will be pro. Similarly, society के लिए हमने कर लिया, you have to do it for polity and rest other subjects also. And this is how building content is going to help you. Is it okay? चलो.